I want to ask you about precarious employment, the creation of meaningful jobs, and particularly where large amounts of public money are going in a particular industry. I don't expect you to have all the answers here, but I would really ask you to look at it, and that is in the film industry. There is €70 million a year going in tax relief and film board grants into the film industry. At the All-Party Committee in January, the screen producers and the film board said that this was generating 17,000 whole-time equivalent jobs. A report came out last week. I don't know if you've seen it, the Olsberg report, but when you look through it, it's a very long report, but if you look at the details, what it actually shows is there's nothing like 17,000 jobs, and this confirms what workers in the industry who have been protesting recently about the amount of money that goes into the film industry, but the fact that actually there's virtually no permanent jobs, no continuity of employment. They say widespread bullying, harassment, victimisation of people who ask for their rights and so on in the film industry. But even this report, which is commissioned by the screen producers, when you look at it, shows that in fact there isn't 17,000 jobs in the film industry for this €80 million, I repeat, that goes in a year, that there are 7,000 direct jobs in film, TV and animation. When you strip out, that includes RTE, TV3 and so on, when you strip them out, in the actual film industry, making actual films, there are 3,000 whole-time equivalents. That's not even jobs, by the way, because they work project to project. So for €80 million, we're getting actual jobs of maybe a couple of thousand jobs, and they're totally precarious. Totally precarious. If you ask the question, and I'd love the film board or some of these producers, how many people are working today in film? This day, the 4th of July. In Troy Studios, answer, almost zero. Ardmore, maybe about 10 or 15. Elsewhere, in total, maybe about 100. About 100 people working today, and all of them on project-by-project contracts.
All right,
so do you think, my question is, Taoiseach, for €80 million, do you think it is acceptable that there is almost no permanent continuous employment, or even some sort of guarantee for people in the industry that they will get employed in the next project when that much public money is going in?
The film industry, I haven't seen the report that Deputy Boyd Barrett mentions. I think you mentioned that there were no or few permanent jobs in the film industry. I suspect that's related to the nature of the industry in many ways. Film projects are discrete projects. TV series are often discrete series. The job is there for a year or for a period of time. It's the nature of film industry and the programme production is that they're very often discrete projects. They're not jobs for life. In terms of tax incentives, we're operating in a very competitive environment. That's the truth of it. Loads of different countries have tax incentives to encourage the film industry and audiovisual, and if we don't have them, we may lose out entirely. So rather than having a better outcome, if we were to remove those incentives, I think we'd end up with less jobs and less investment all around.
Also deals with the area of arts and culture. So I want to continue to draw your attention to the film industry, because €80 million, I repeat, every year is going out in grants from the Irish Film Board and tax relief, Section 481 tax relief. Now, I'll try and put it dramatically for you, so hopefully it'll draw your attention. I don't expect you to know everything about this. I think there's something rotten in the Irish film industry, okay? Something rotten. The law, this is the law governing Section 481, requires that 481 tax relief, 70 million a year, provides, quote, an effective stimulus to filmmaking in the state through, amongst other things, the provision of quality employment and training opportunities. That's the law, okay? There is no training system in the film industry. You can be a trainee for years and pay the trainee rate and have no career progression, no certainty of any kind of future employment, no matter how long you've been in it. Step out of line once with the production company that is in receipt of all this money and you won't work in the industry again. That's how it works. Okay? So yes, it's project to project. It's a different kind of industry. But for €80 million, when the thing is supposed to create an industry, but nobody knows next week if they'll have a job. 12 companies are the recipients of this money. 12 companies. I went to the trouble of meeting the Controller and Auditor General for 2 hours 2 weeks ago to ask him to look into this. Okay, that's how seriously I take it. Because when you ask those companies how many people do they employ, those 12 companies got €183 million in tax relief in the last 3 years. Ask them how many people they're employing, they can't give you an answer, because the number is like 3 or 4. Okay? Now that is not on. There's something wrong in the industry. And for workers who are trying to assert their rights, demand proper progression on careers, I mean, how can somebody who's worked in an industry, right, not know? Sure, they accept as project to project, but if the same production company that's getting all this money employs them for one project, but then the next project comes along in a month or two's time and says, sorry, I'm not taking you, because you asked about overtime, or you complained about working hours in excess of the working time directive. There's something wrong. So, Taoiseach, I'm asking you to look at this. I believe we should give lots of money to arts and film. It's a hugely important industry, but it has to be an industry where there's some kind of rights for the employees, some sort of expectation of being able to work in the industry over your life, with some expectation that you know, if you don't do something terrible, that you will continue to be employed in that industry, because it's public money.
On tax relief and tax incentives, I suppose the fundamental idea behind any tax relief or any tax incentive, particularly if it's one that's commercially focused, one that's aimed at businesses in the private sector, is that the benefits from the tax relief or tax incentive existing should outweigh the cost. So the theory, at least, is that by having these tax incentives in place, film production and media productions and audiovisual productions happen in Ireland that would otherwise not. They would happen in a different country if we did not have those reliefs and incentives in place. And that's the basic calculation we have to do. Does having these very generous, and they are very generous, these very generous tax incentives and tax reliefs benefit the economy in the round because of the investment brought into the country?